Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Ford Explorer Active. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Large Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo for giving me some time with this Explorer. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.3-liter 4-cylinder that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 20 around town and then 27 on the highway, with power outputs being 300 horsepower and then 310 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you're going to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So taking a look at the hood, you guys can see how it's raised there on either side. And I think this new headlight design, it's grown on me. Took me a second, but it's grown on me. We've got the fog lights down below. You can see the silver trim here on the front end. And so far this Active package looks pretty good. Now around the side here, our turn wheel setup is 255 by 55 by 20 in the front and over in the rear. You can see here with the wheel design, pretty fancy looking. Then we've got these big fender flares. See the rest of the body work there on the side, and I like the silver trim there as well. And if we take a few steps back, there's your side profile. Now this leads us to the key fob. We've got a lock and unlock function. We got the remote start, the opening for the hatch, Ford logo there on the back end. Pop it open. Now popping into the rear, you can see we've got a decent amount of space behind the third row. You still have these little kind of side pockets with the storage. With the third row, it is manual for the fold down operation. Same thing with the second row as well. But when you're all done with the back, just press this button up top and that will lower the hatch right back down. Now they've modernized the taillight design here. Pretty cool how it kind of goes up and across a little bit. I've got the rest of your badge, including your Active badge, and so far it kind of reminds me of the XLT package. Now I'll start by taking a look at the third row. Now with the third row, you actually have the same kind of cool look with the seats. Legroom's going to be a little bit more limited. The loading floor is a little bit kind of higher, and with the seats being low, you kind of have your knees pushed up a little bit, but you know, just reserve it for kids. Now take a look at the door panel. It's actually soft touch here, and then also down below with the cool trim and the stitching, and this is fun that goes across. And then here are these seats. I actually have this little trim that the third row doesn't have added to it, but you can see soft touch down the rest of it. Popping in legroom, it's good. Got a little storage pocket. We've got our own climate zone here in the back with some USB ports as well. And then we got vents up top, and headroom's good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, again with the soft touch trim all over, and then that goes across. Blind spot mounting with the mirrors. We got all of our window controls down below. And then here are the front seats. Again, you've got that cool cloth trim there at the top, and then see soft touch down below. These would be really easy to clean off. Power adjustments on the side. See more. It's actually soft touch there, but yeah, this is interesting with all the different trim pieces they do throughout. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see soft touch all around. Got a bunch of practical controls here on the front, including our voice command controls. We've got our volume controls, adaptive cruise control as well. Traditional stocks here on the back. And then this is cool, we've got this full digital gauge cluster here. And you can change what it shows, so it's kind of like a similar setup to what you have in the new F-150, but obviously it has the Explorer in the center instead. Backup camera in reverse, good resolution, and trajectory lines do turn with the steering wheel. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, we've got the climate controls there at the bottom, and then we also have heated seats, heated steering wheel. You can do an automatic function with those, so they'll turn on when it's cold. But yeah, this new infotainment system, it seems like it's pretty easy to use overall, pretty straightforward with functionality. Like I said earlier, soft touch all across the dash. It's pretty cool. That's how that trim comes in. And then you can see here with our auto stop start, you got your parking assist there. You can see for the camera, stability control, auto hold, volume control, little storage space there, and then you've got that for more storage underneath. Little shifter here for the 10-speed, some cup holders, parking brake with your drive mode select. It's kind of cool how it's a dial, and it doesn't do it. Yes, I understand I'm low on fuel. It doesn't do anything crazy with the animation. Center console, nice trim here, also on the side. Just a regular rear view mirror with a manual mirror, dimmer, sunglass holder, all of that. Now this leads us to the window sticker, so 2025 Explorer Active. After all options, 48,600. And let me know what you guys think about this new color. I think it's pretty cool looking. Let's see how it performs. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors, do a blind spot monitoring. Do the rest of the rear. And let us set off in the Explorer Active. And they have another one that's like more loaded up, but also has that cool carbonized gray. Also got some Bronco Raptors. So I will say right off the bat, seats are really comfortable. I love seats like this. They're nice and comfy, and they're easy to clean. You can't lose. And this lighter coloration, unlike if, you know, some people might say, I want black. But with the lighter color, it means that it's cooler. Like the sun's been just destroying this, right? And yeah, it's fine. It's cool. It's nice. So I think that's a big positive if you ask me. And although there's not a lot of physical controls, everything's pretty straightforward with this. Interesting they chose to put the storage in here instead of like underneath like some manufacturers. It's kind of a funny setup if you ask me. And this 4Runner is going to be here forever. Colorado people moving to Utah. That's always a weird one in my opinion. Maybe they can't take the policies over there anymore, who knows. Smooth. Good torque too. I like the steering. It's got a little bit of weight to it. Turn signal makes an interesting sound. Yeah, I got a little bit of traffic now. This is always fun. Because with Provo traffic, you gotta just be on your toes. Good torque. Feels pretty quick if you ask me. I like the 2.3. It's a good engine. So, summing things up. I've already driven a few of these new Explorers. And I said this in the other reviews, this is more of a refresh rather than a full redesign. So you kind of have very similar driving dynamics to before, but the biggest change is just slightly different exterior, and then the interior is modernized. So if you like the Explorer, you like how it drives, well, the new one's the same, but a little bit different. Now, aside from that, the other thing I do want to mention is this active package is kind of strange. I've been thinking about this as I've been reviewing it, like, what is this? Why do we have an active now? And my thought is this is basically an XLT, but has a cooler name and looks a little bit fancier, but it's basically an XLT. So I think that's kind of the marketing on that, which I don't know, I don't think it's a bad thing. So let me know what you guys think about the Explorer Active. Do you think this is the Explorer sweet spot, or would you rather get, you know, the ST line, for example?